What's good, YouTube? It's Teflon Poppy, aka the Ghost with the Most, and today I got a Gunna tutorial for you. Gunna just dropped DS4 and that joint was fire, so I'm gonna teach you some music theory so you can make your own guitar melodies and your own guitar type beats. But first, I need you to like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to smash that notification button. Alright, so now we in FL Studio, and I'm gonna play the hook for you guys so you can hear how the beat sounds, and I'm gonna break down the intro as well, and show you how to space out your melodies and do things to break down your beats to keep it interesting. So here's the hook. Alright, so that's the hook, and I'm gonna play the guitar for you and show you how we got there. So I'm gonna show you guys my effects chain, and one really great plugin for guitars if you're trying to make guitar beats and spice up your guitars, because a lot of guitar VSTs, personally to me, all the guitars sound the same, but one thing I do to spice up my guitars is I use Guitar Rig 5, and I'll show you how boring this sounds without Guitar Rig on it. See, that made it sound totally different, and it actually sounds like a real guitar, because this is just a guitar out of Flex that I'm using, called Nylon Shimmer. I'm gonna show you guys this. One important thing about making guitar melodies is to actually strum the notes. You see how my chords aren't just, you know, a regular triad chord or whatever. The notes are actually strummed. Also, with this melody, I halftime the notes. The initial melody without halftime sounds like this with just me strumming the notes the way I did. And honestly, if I move this down an octave, I could have got away with the melody sounding like this. But I half-timed it, and I like the way that the strum sounded halftime. And the only other thing I have on here is parametric EQ to cut out the low notes and Fruity Stereo Enhancer just to open up guitars. That's just the basic guitar melody. How you can strum your notes. Say if you're not really good with timing, and say you lay out a basic triad chord. I'm gonna show you in another instance of Flex. So say if you got a basic chord. And what you would do is you would come up here in this little arrow, click the drop down box, go to Tools, go to Strum. And what you do is you play with the velocity of the notes, you play with the timing of the notes and the tension to get the strum how you want it. That's how you would strum your notes if you were making your own guitar melody. And now we're gonna get back into the tutorial. Let's delete these notes real quick. But the next thing I did was I took this same melody and I exported it as a WAV file, and then I just put it back in the beat. And what I did with this is I put it in gross beat and put a gate on it, a half beat gate, so it just sounds really choppy. together with the guitar, it sounds like this. And that's really it for the melody. The only other thing I added in was another guitar. It's not half speed of the gross beat. It's not really putting anything. This is a Daisy Rock acoustic guitar that I found in Flex, and I just used this for a background, just to fill up some space, a background instrument. So this is what this sounds like. And all together with the instruments. Alright, so the next thing I did was add an 808, and with the 808, I added some 808 swells, so I'll show you guys how I did that. So here's the 808. All right, and what I did to get the 808 swell or the reverse sound in 808 is literally all I did was copy the same 808 that I used initially, or cloned it or whatever, and I just clicked the reverse button and I trimmed the end part using this to sample the start offset. Also, what you want to do so it you can swell the notes as long as you want to is you want to come down, turn the attack, turn everything down, and turn the hold all the way up. So that way it lets you control the length of the notes. But yeah, that's all I did was copy this, clone it, and reverse it. All right, so for the intro, the only extra thing I did in the intro was add some ambient noise from Omnisphere, which I actually love Omnisphere for little small things like that, because I just used this little noisecape in there called Nautis Caves. It just makes ambient noise in the beginning of the beat just to give it some variation. Variation, you know, switching your beats up keeps it exciting and keeps the listener interested. You keep the listener interested, you always gonna have fans. Alright, so I'm gonna preview the whole beat for you guys so you guys can hear how the whole thing sounds together. Alright, so that's it for today, guys. If you like this tutorial, you want to see more like this, comment, like, subscribe. Don't forget to visit my website, teflonpoppy.com, and go cop my MIDI packs, MIDI Factory 1 and 2.